Happy Wednesday. This Wednesday, yes. Been a couple weeks. I wanted to get a video in before I leave for Nashville Market tomorrow morning. This is the third year that I will be attending to help out my girl Arlene, Works by ABC. And it's always great to see, I have something in my hair, designer friends. You know you're a stitcher when. Designer friends and network and all that fun stuff. So, yes. So I wanted to get a video in before I left. I have laundry I need to do here and make sure I have everything here from my apartment before I go over to the house later today. My two pieces of luggage that I always travel with, carry on, are over at the house. So I'm just gonna put everything in a tote bag, take it over, get it to all fit in over there, spend the night at the house tonight, and then Joe will be taking me to the airport in the morning before the boys start school. So I made sure right before I filmed this, I pulled out 2 projects I'm taking because why not, right? Why not? Again, life's been a little, I don't want to say crazy, because I am very much content with what has happened, but all is still good, or the best that it can be in this situation. Boys are well, soccer and baseball have keeping them each very busy, and it's actually pretty hilarious. So I'll be going to Nashville this weekend. Cal has a 7th grade, it's called Astro Camp, and so we signed him up for that. So he'll be going with his 7th grade classmates to that. That's in California this weekend. And then Joe and Ayrton are gonna go to Vegas. I love it. This is how the Milwaukees do it, all right? This is how we do it. I wouldn't have it any other way. All right, that's close enough. So I love that. I think that's so much fun. Let's see here. Okay. I have been very monogamous on the antique animal sampler, so I will be showing you guys my massive progress on that. The only reason I won't be taking that to Nashville, colors, I want 2 new starts, and since I've been basically working on this since my last video for 2 weeks, I want to change it up. So remember, 2024 is, I want more whips, which still does not give me a ton of whips because I'm finishing stuff. Anyway, all right, let's get into it. So I had not finished this completely, but now I have, and it's framed up, and it's on my shelf of curiosities. Anatomical Heart. This is from the Witchy Stitcher. In love with it. In love with it. Thrift store frame, maybe $2 from a couple years ago. And yeah, I absolutely love how it came out. So the red in the heart, there's 2 shades of red. Yeah, I just really love this. This is on a 36 count sampler green from X Jew Design fabric, and I still have a piece left, and I absolutely love it. The color is amazing. So anatomical heart. On my phone, I'm making a list of finishes, so it'll be easier to get a total and the name of everything at the end of the year. This one I showed I had finished up, but I had not framed it yet. Christmas Cheer, Just Nan. This was my first Just Nan piece. I did not do the border around it, which has words. I just loved the bird itself. There's beads. Was this on 28 count? I think it was. A little difficult to frame, seeing that it's oval. I actually made a template and then used the template. It's on sticky board, but I think the sticky board is like super old, so it keeps coming up, so I'm pushing it down right now. But love it. Thrift store frame, once again, and you can see it was $1. I tell you guys, thrift store frames are where it's at. You guys always love my frames. So this one can't hang, but I just prop it up here, so I love it. Yeah, this is the only piece of furniture that I have. As you can see, I got nada. I got my stitching chair, right? I got my stitching chair, but otherwise, zero. My bedroom, it's just my bed, 2 nightstands that I took from the house when I said no more with the spare guest bedroom, and took it over for the warehouse stuff. So I have those nightstands, but otherwise that's it. But I want to get some sort of tall shelving thing, so I can bring in maybe more of my skulls, more of my weirdness, more of my stitching from over at the house that's just on those shelves. So yeah, and then I got to figure out what we're doing with this huge space, but it comes in handy when I need to organize charts, or I think in a little bit when I'm laying out my ridiculous clothes that I'm taking for market. I don't overpack. I'm not an overpacker. I'm very strategic with what I pack. Even when I go to Vegas and drive, it's like, oh, let's just take all the shit. No, just because you're driving and you have the space, don't take all the shit. So this will be very helpful when I'm laying everything out. All right, this was Home Sweet Home, but I feel like it was something else. No, this was Home Sweet Home. Good Housewife. It's an out of print chart, and did it on the polka dot fabric because there were polka dots that you stitched in, but didn't want to do that. Wanted to keep this piece small. Wood frame that I got from somebody's stash. So yeah, cardboard piece straight onto the cardboard, and then just use packing tape to hold it all down, and it is good to go. I wanted to do it at a diamond angle just for something different, and I wouldn't have a problem putting like a thumbtack or something into the wall, and then there's enough of like little ridge, I think I could get it to like balance. But yeah, that is Home Sweet Home. Lots of overdyes, and I really like how it turned out. So, okay, so what have I been stitching on solely? Antique Animal Sampler Elizabeth Needlework Designs. Really, really fun. Loving the colors on this. I think I've subbed out like 2 or 3 of the colors just because it was like, I don't have them and they're close enough. But yeah, really like the color palette. I'm stitching this on 38 count unknown. Let me show you where I was last time. That's right, because since I got myself a pad, I can show you guys. I stopped it, I paused it during my last video. Is it gonna show it? Show it. That's where I was last time with it. I just started, you know, the upper left and was absolutely in love. And I keep being in love with it. I don't think I need to put anything behind it, but there is everything that I have stitched and absolutely love it. I love the font of the alphabet. I'm getting amazing variegation with the threads, the H for hairs, and then this bird that I just put in this morning. Loving the goldish border. So there's the bottom, there's the top, and then I'm almost to the corner here. So yeah, I am on, let's see, it's Wednesday. I am on soccer duty tonight. So I will be taking this to stitch on in the car. I stay in the car during Ayrton's soccer practice and stitch, and he is totally fine with that. So I take advantage of the hour and a half in the car and stitch. But then I will not be, that'll be staying at the house for Nashville. All right, what I'm gonna be taking, what I'm gonna be taking for 2 new starts. I wanted to start these, especially this one, for a while because it says 1884 on it. Arlene, I don't know why. I'll contact Rhonda and ask her and I'll get back to you. This is Miss Prim, Heart in Hand. I have a heart in hand tattoo, and it says 1884, and it's colorful, and yeah. So I've wanted to start this for a long time. I've done other Miss Prims, so yeah, go on Etsy and check out her designs. 36 count, picture this plus. I'm using a piece of Ren. And we have ecru. Here are 5 of the called for colors. I surprisingly had them. Since getting, you know, stashes the last few years, I do keep, you know, whatever. I've assembled quite a few of threads from Weeks or Gast or Classic Colorworks. two of the called for colors that I do not have, grenadine and Louisiana hot sauce, both in that reddish range. So I'm going to use Turkish red for the Louisiana hot sauce and Aztec red for the grenadine. Looking at the picture though, you would think it's the same exact red, but apparently two different reds are called for. So the flower up at the top and the flower or the heart on the side. So this flower here has variegation, and that's a combination of both. That heart right here has variegation, and that's a combination of both. But all of this red in the actual hand glove part is all one color. So we'll give it a go. So that will be one. Usually on an airplane, like I can stitch. I think the flight is 3.5 hours. My flight's at 8:45 tomorrow morning. But I think it's something with the altitude and the coldness usually of the plane, which I always wear pants on a plane. I know, get ready, pants on a plane. I fall asleep. I am window seat and I knock the F out. I'm donezo. So prefer the window seat, right side, so if I do stitch, my stitching hand is going towards the wall. So another one, I'm going to be taking Not Forgotten Farm, Death and Judgment. Keep death and judgment always in your eye. I'm taking this as, or interpreting this as keep death. You don't know when it's going to happen, sort of like a memento mori. You never know when your time's up. And judgment always in your eye. More like judgment. People are judging you. Don't give a fuck. Do not give any F's on what people think about you. So I might be interpreting this totally wrong, but guess what? That's how I do it. That's how I'm interpreting this. So I recently got this in a Stitcher stash, and yeah, I really like it. I won't be finishing it like that. Actually, I don't even, because I won't be, that's just going to be so much fabric. I'm doing it on 40 count, but if I added these, it just brings it up. So I'm thinking of chopping off though and just doing that part of the chart. So, and yes, the ENT in judgment is then over 1. And I had never seen this one, this design from Lori. It's from 2010. I have a small piece of 40 count Lakeside vintage sand dune that I will be using. 3 called for DMC, 610, 612. I did not have 3021. It's probably in another one of my 2 projects. So I just grabbed another darkish brown 3781, and that's what I'm going with. So I could see myself finishing this piece. So stay tuned. There are moments, you know, when it's, you know, people are on their lunch breaks, or there's a lull in sort of people coming into the room. So it's always good to have something to do. So it's great that, you know, you pick a tiny little project. Shit, you could bring a long dog. I don't give a crap. But that it's something you can work on during kind of the downtime. I am beyond excited to show you guys this next thing. If you have been following me on my IG, reached out to my girlfriend, Kelly, she's amazing. The quilted cat, she is the one that quilted up the skeleton piece quilt that is on my bed. I sent her the panel. I was like, I want to do something off the wall. Collaborated her amazing genius with colors and design. She hit it out of the ballpark. I got this crazy idea up my ass, and I thought, Kelly's the one to contact and run it by her, and basically had a week and a half to mail this to her and get it back. So she basically busted it all out in one night. We were FaceTiming. It was hilarious. Just made quick decisions. I went out for the evening. She kept sending me update photos and video, and by the time I got home that morning, because now I don't ever have a curfew, the jacket was basically done. It was like, Jesus, girl. But she said she was obsessed. She couldn't stop. So, and I'm using my phone. Okay, so I'm gonna do a quick Google so you guys can at least see this, what it looked like all together. So I had bought a stitched piece from a thrift store a few years ago. It was like 35 bucks. I couldn't believe what I saw hanging up. It was like, no way in hell did someone donate this. It's 35 bucks. I could not grab it fast enough. It is called The Chase by Elsa Williams. It is a kit. It is out of print. It's from the 1970s. You can still, right now, I'm looking at an eBay listing, $200. Actually, shipping is then $68.02. Oh, but this is finished. This is an actual finished stitched piece of it, so it's not the kit, but you can still get the kit. I know people are working on it. It's kitted up in their stash, whatever. It's gorgeous. So I had it hanging in my house for a couple years, and then I put it up for sale on 1884. I got one person that was interested but didn't purchase it. So when I was moving here, I had forgotten that I had it, and it was all framed up. I had it behind my door, just propped up against the wall. So basically 2.5 weeks ago, I thought, it's not getting appreciated. It's not getting loved by being not seen. Tried to sell it, knowing my luck, somebody from freaking Timbuktu would want it, and I'd lose my ass on shipping or disappoint him and say, no, it's US shipping only. But I love it. I absolutely love it. So let me show you a picture. Obviously, this is not the one. This is it. You get the idea of what it looked like. So, The Chase, Elsa Williams, stunning. That whole lower bottom section is satin stitched. but I have seen versions of it cross-stitched. But I love it. I love the colors in it. And I messaged Kelly and I said, I want to cut it up and put it on a jean jacket, and let's see if we can get this out. You can get this out and get it back to me before I leave for Nashville on the 29th. And girlfriend delivered. So my jean jacket that I always wear, put it in priority envelope. I took the sampler out of the framed piece, pinned it, and sent it to her. She killed it. So I absolutely loved this band part and wanted to, long hair, showcase. So she made a template and was able to capture the flower plus the bird in this section here, which is all like satin stitched. There's probably a more technical word, but I'm just saying satin stitched. I know there's like a chain stitch. This bird here and part of this other. And I love that, you know, some of the alphabet got in there as well. On the other, again, the flower, I mean, super, super cool. But the portion down at the bottom, sort of the scene, was what I absolutely loved. And guess what? It fit perfectly sized dimension-wise on the back of the jacket. So she cut it. I think she measured it like 700 times. She may have been sweating when she cut it, but she is precise and spot on. Went back and forth, you know, do you just cut it straight up? But I didn't want the gap. I just wanted it where it's flush to this seam. So she flared it out. So it goes from seam to seam, because this jacket is a more fitting through the waist. It's not just a straight cut. And I really love how that came out. So yeah, let me go here so you guys can look and appreciate it. I absolutely love it. And it's below the armpit hole, so I definitely have mobility when I have it on, and yeah, if I wear my hair down, I mean, it does cover a little bit, but I'll have my hair up when I'm rocking this weekend. But absolutely love it. And I think this is, now the jacket doesn't close, okay? When I bought this, one, it's not even, I mean, my arms are freaking ass long. So I usually wear it cuffed up, but yeah. It's more of like just the piece. It's not gonna close, like, it's not. But yeah, I absolutely, it's getting ash shot. Absolutely love it. And now it's a conversation starter. Now it's a one-of-a-kind piece. It is being appreciated because when I wear it out, people will ask about it. You know, got comments of, you know, well, knowing if you knew the person that stitched it, you wouldn't be cutting it up. Well, one, I didn't cut it up. Kelly did that, so blame her. Two, it wasn't being appreciated, being in a frame. And again, where are the rules that you can't buy something old from the 70s? Not that the 70s is old, but cut it up and put it on a jacket. So this has given me so many ideas. Before I even got it back, I was on eBay looking at samplers and sending them to Kelly and being like, let's throw this on the back of a jacket. So, the Quilted Cat, go check her out on Instagram, give her a follow. She's always doing amazing quilt stuff that I don't understand, but I'm slowly learning. I will be wearing this weekend, and we'll post photos of me loving it and wearing it. So the extra part of the sampler that she didn't use, she made into a Hemingway bag for me, and added a little McKenna touch with the tombstones. So yeah, I will be taking this because then when I'm going from room to room looking at stuff, phone, business cards, everything can fit in here. And then she made me a little wallet as well with more skulls. So fantastic. Love it. Love it, love it. So that's it. However, when I was pulling out fabric for the 2 pieces that I will be starting, my 2 new starts, I grabbed this box that was also stacked up with my, so these are like the 12 by 12 scrapbooking containers. This is how I store fabric that I stitch on, and I'll label it like, you know, my 30 counts, 18, 16, 14, 40 count. So that's how I keep all my fabric organized. You know, I go through periods of, oh, I like that framed up on the wall. I feel like that's not the right frame for it. Or I love it, but I'd rather have this, this, and this taking up its spot. So then for a while I had a big album that I had the pieces in the slots, so I could just turn pages and see my stitched pieces. Well, that was huge. Those were like 12 by 12, like, you know, big sheets, and the weight of the stitched pieces was sagging the page, you know, like in the book. So I was like, I don't want that anymore. So got rid of that, took out all the stitched pieces, got a clear bin. So no, because I do have some finished pieces hanging up in my closet at the house, which I need to just bring over and put in this box. So this box is the finished pieces that I do not have framed up. I once had them framed up, but decided to unframe them. And since I frame like 98% of my stuff, I just do like a sandwich frame. So if the frame has a glass, I will take that piece of glass and I will use it as a template onto the stitched piece. Take a pen, cut it out, clean the glass, and I will sandwich it. So I will do glass, the stitched piece, and then the backing, and that's how I frame it up. I've never had a piece sag or do any of that. This piece doesn't have glass, but I prefer my pieces without glass. So it's an easy enough if I want to switch up the frame or decide, hey, I do want to get that professionally done. So yeah, and I remembered sampler or antique animal sampler by Elizabeth. I had stitched another piece of hers years ago, and it was here in the box, and I freaking love it. So I don't know if I will get this one professionally framed or find a frame that better suits it. So we're gonna go through this box of finishes. Here There Be Monsters. I know that's roughly the name of the piece. I'm not gonna give you any details because I got no labels on any of this stuff, or years when I stitched this. But this was definitely early on. Absolutely loved it. Oh wait, no, I did put a year. Holy crap. 2017. Look at that. Yeah, so love that. Love the color. But yeah, I think that would be, I really do like this. So I haven't gone thrifting in a really long time, and I may need to. So I actually take my pieces with me, so I can visually see them. Is this Clouds Factory? Little portraits of Frida. So I have that. Here's another piece. Corner of Grave and Crypt Streets, Bury You, Gravedigger and Coffin Maker. God, I do not remember who this was. I can see it, but I just cannot remember. If you are interested, the best thing you can do is screenshot this and then do a Google image search, and see what comes up. I believe though this is from an out of print designer. But again, this is so me. Why isn't this up on the board, up on the wall? But see, like how I've pulled threads on a lot of these edges so then they just don't fray. But maybe I can come up with some sort of decorative wall thing. Filigram. I know is the designer on this. I can't believe, like, this stuff was like so early on in my stitching. Like, I know I did that house and thought, like, holy crap, that's a ton of stitching. But yeah, I really like that one, the filigram. Palmistry, I know I dyed this fabric like coffee and stuff. I think this was on Etsy, but I don't remember the designer. And I had it in a circular frame on the wall, and then, you know, have stitched so many pieces over the years. It's, you know, you get tired of stuff and you take it down, you rotate. Ink circles, birds and the bees. This is on sticky board, which I know I could totally take off. I know I had this framed. I know, I remember I used DMC variegated thread 69. Of course, it's only appropriate. Yeah, another stunner. This I just did last year. Morning basket, morning something. What was this? Is this Stacy Nash? Yeah. I haven't done anything with that. Okay, let's put that there. Still going. Halloween Hawk Run Hollow. Love this, but was not falling out of love with it, but so many people stitch this that I think that's what made me kind of be like, okay, I'm tired of seeing it. So I cut it way back and did 6 boxes. The witch is usually then mirrored with another witch, so I just cut that whole block in half and added her in. So yeah, that is my finished. And I don't know if you read the blocks, like, I mean, it sort of makes sense, or does, like left to right. We do lie beneath the grass. We are afraid. They would envy our delight in our graves by glowworm night. But it's got skeletons. The guy's missing his leg. I mean, yeah. I had this framed up in just a really cheap like black metal frame, and just was not having it. I know it lived in Ayrton's room for a while. He loved it. And then when we redid his room, he was like, okay, can you take this back? And I'm like, absolutely. Mary Corey, Threads of Gold. I have a contract with the designer to release the Threads of Gold charts. I did not like the cover image, so I stitched it, and I thought it was really, really fun because Adam and Eve look like they're wearing diapers. So there you go. Barbara Anna. Something Woods. I don't remember what this was. Sadie Woods. That's right. Sadie Woods. I had it in a frame that was like an old cabinet door I had thrifted, and the inside was cut out. And I remember to hold it down. I actually glued it onto the wood, but I was able to get it up. It's not an issue. But yeah, I really like it. How it's like just PC motifs. Sue. Drum. I think that would look really cute as a drum. Plum Street Samplers, The Heaven Gave Rain, and the Earth Brought Forth Her Fruit. I used to have this framed up, but not anymore. But again, I could just prop that up and that would look really cute. The grass, I cheated and did a satin stitch, but I really like how it came out. I thought it was really fun, and did this on this like pinky fabric. So this is Plum Street Samplers, The Heaven Gave Rain. A lot of freaking stitching I've done. This was Mirabilia. Don't even remember which one. Remember I cut her in half, I framed her up, but see, shit, did not like how I did the frame job. Was just not. So I unframed her, and yeah, in her hair I glued on Swarovski crystals, and yeah, absolutely love. Oh, and on her top, so the Swarovskis are on her her top, in her hair, and then underneath the shell she's holding. But yeah, a lot of the mirrors I love, but I don't want to I have commitment issues, to do a whole mirror. So cut them off. Cricut collection. This is the Edgar Allan Poe. Once Upon a Midnight. Dreary, Edgar Allan Poe. Holy crap, look at all that stitching. Shit. The the moon, I know I did with Petite Treasure Braid. So he does like shimmer, but yep. Sisters of Mine, we've done no crime, yet here we go to hang in. These 4 townsfolk, they thought us cursed, and now we're up here swinging. Plum Street? Yep. Al Forest Embroidery. This was the boxed kit. Absolutely loved that with the colors. Fear Not the Sirens of the Sea. I don't remember. Can't remember. But she's fabulous. Now that these small ones, I need to get just magnets. Oh my God, I could put them on my refrigerator. The small ones. Done. Was this Kathy Barrick? Strawberry something. I know I cut it way down. I know I changed her hair color. Yeah. Helga Watts, 1843, like a Ouija-ish. It's not like a Ouija board, no. Primitive Betty's? Question mark? I don't remember this fabric. I think this fabric, did I dye this fabric? Or maybe I got it in, I don't freaking remember. But yeah, I want to say Primitive Betty's for that. Blanking on the name. Love the colors. This is one of the Jenny Bean. I did the black border in Etoile. Yeah. Let's see. Haunted Hill. Is this Homespun Elegance? Yeah. Just a little quickie. Little quickie. Oh my God, this is like Jeopardy for cross stitch patterns. Shit, who is this? I don't remember whose this was. Cannot remember. Good Housewife. What was it? Birdcage something. Yep, loved her on doing that on the blue fabric. This was during my like, don't stitch it on neutrals, put it on fun fabric. Works by ABC. This is, Oh God, she's gonna kick my ass tomorrow for not remembering. Susanna Jane. Yeah, I love this. I really like how the colors came out. And it's funny because my coffee cup this morning, at the bottom of the coffee cup, is this, the circular with the snake eating itself. I know I did this fabric myself. No, I didn't. Such a liar. Nope, couldn't tell you. Don't remember. I know it's there. It's there. I just don't remember. I did not fill in her dress because I was like, F that. But I kind of liked that I didn't. All I did was outline it, but I did not fill her dress in. But this is so like cute and colorful, and yeah. I'll have to figure this crap, what to do with this stuff when I get back. I know there's a companion one. Is this Stacy Nash? I can't remember. This was, oh my God, this was a Sal that I released. If you like this is on 1884 Stitchery. This was a like 6-part Sal that I did. Designed and put together, yeah. This is Rome. See, I should reframe this up or figure it out and put it in my kitchen. Forgetting the designer, but they have like all kinds of cities that they do this, like London and stuff like that. Again, look at me being all early on in my stitching. Oh yeah, I'll stitch a big ass building. Rome. Plum Street samplers. Super, super fun. And lastly, is this Nora Corbett? Yeah, one of the, again, look at me filling shit in early on, and then I wised up. Yeah, so this was one of the birds. So yeah. So I guess technically this is my under the bed box, but I get credit because at one point they were being displayed in my office, framed up, but now they're not. So, oh my God, that was so much fun to go through. I'd forgotten about so many of those. So hopefully you got ideas. Maybe you have them in your WIP collection and it'll motivate you to finish them. That is it. So I will be back, let's say 2 weeks. We'll see how much stitching I can get done. Oh, I had taken my Black Sky piece, Black Sky by the Primitive Needle, to go get framed up. I use my Michaels. Found this amazing frame I absolutely loved. It was on clearance. Before discounts and everything, it was going to be like $347 or something crazy, and then after discount it was like 81 bucks. I'm like, done. And I was even said, like, you know, do it on black board, because that'll help hide some of my traveling stitches, because it was on a lighter fabric, and so if you back it with a darker, I think it helps tremendously hiding those carried threads on a lighter fabric. And then I said, you know, I want 1/4 of an inch all the way around. They called me less than 2 weeks, and it was probably almost a week ago. So oh, it's ready. I was out doing soccer, swung by, picked it up. No 1/4 of an inch all the way around. It was butted up right against that frame on the piece. And when she undid it, she hadn't even already unfolded it all out of the paper. And I said, nope, no 1/4 of an inch. And I grabbed the paper and I said, right here, 1/4 of an inch all the way around. And I think she wasn't really sure. And I was like, there's no 1/4 of an inch anything around this. I was like, there's a black border that goes around all 6 of these blocks. And you can see right here up in the corner, it's sagging a little bit. I said, that's the start of it. That is out a 1/4 of an inch all the way around. So I got a call a couple days later, and they've done that before where they've butted it right up against. So, and they lace everything, so everything's reversible. And so I got a call a couple days later. The clearance frame is back ordered, but the guy found a similar frame. It does not have the 3-tiered kind of layered to it. Similar in color. It's more expensive. Do you want to come in and look at it? So I'm just doing a shot in the dark, and I said, nope, let's do it. So he's like, all right. So they were going to expedite it for me. So I'll be able to show that off if it's done correctly in my next video. But I was so upset. I was like, oh. And then when the guy called and said that the frame was back stocked or on back order, because I loved that frame. It was the first one that my eye went to on the wall. And I mean, I feel like the Michaels, I should get a job application and clock in when I go, because I just go behind the counter and look at all the frames and pull them. But I decide right away, like, just go with your gut. I'm not going to overthink it. I mean, it was the same thing with you know, the fabric. It was like, okay, I know I want to do like a 40 count, sort of lighter for the color. Oh, okay, here's a really small cut, 8x8 of vintage sand dunes. All right, that's it. Like, I know some people have a hard time kitting up projects. Nope. Like, just go with your gut. So, but yeah. But I'll definitely be getting the antique animal piece framed, because I love that. So that'll be my next Michael's drop-off piece. And that is it. That's all I can think of. I didn't make notes, because why? So yeah. So thank you guys for tuning in. Make sure to follow me, 1884 Stitchery, on Instagram, Facebook. You can follow my personal IG page, which is Stitching and Skulls. And I will be posting photos of this weekend at market, so if you want to see any of that. Also, Sunday evening, Arlene and I always do a wrap-up show. If I buy anything, I show what I bought. She talks about market from a, designer standpoint. Yeah, it's really fun. We've done it the last 2 years, so we got to keep it going. And what's fun, so I'm staying with her. Our flights are on Monday, because we always coordinate when we fly in and fly out. And so I always crash with her the night before. I just sleep on the sofa. And so we kind of have like this sort of slumber party, detox, wind down. So yeah, it's always a good time. All right, you guys, laundry and packing shall commence. Thank you guys so much, always, for the continued support. Go and shop 1884 Stitchery. I put up fabric and charts yesterday, and then when I get back into town, I'll be sending all of that stuff out. Thank you guys so much. You guys will see me in 2 weeks. Bye.